Hello, this is AMC, and welcome to more Final Fantasy VI Brave New World. Now, last time our party got split up into three. Locke went into espionage mission, and Sabine kind of, jumped ship, literally. Well, he jumped raft, and so he went on his way. Now, one thing I want you guys to notice is that when Locke left us, all his stuff returned to our inventory. However, Sabin, you don't see his equipment here. Okay? You also don't see Terra or Edgar's equipment, which means that whatever items they would have on them, they're stuck with them. So, for example, if you use the Power Glove on Sabin, which might have been a better idea for that Ultras fight than using it on Edgar, because more, faster damage, I think Sabin would have been better. He would have been stuck with it, and if you wanted to do these other two scenarios first, you wouldn't have been able to use the Power Glove at all. So that's a reason why you might want to decide how to put your relics on. Terra and Sabin scenario, you don't get, a free. You don't get all the items back if you choose another scenario. So let's just start with this one. I think it is the easiest one. And basically, we're just continuing our trip in this raft. Now, okay, there's an albatross. One thing I didn't mention, I said that they can counter stuff, which is true. However, I didn't say what they can counter with. They will use Fireball on you, which is a multi-target fire damaging magic attack that also causes sap and can be really annoying. There's the bolt spell, and it's really powerful, as you saw. Anyway, let's just finish this quickly. Can heal up, I guess, and I'll use Bioblaster. Why not? See how effective that is. But yeah, just to recap, Exocyte they counter with every physical attack pretty much with Pinsir, which is not that strong. Albatross they counter blitzes and tools with Fireball. And Cephalids are just there to blind you every now and then. Nothing special. So these are the enemies here. It's gonna be a bit slower because Sabin could just one-shot pretty much anything. But as you saw, it was a small trip. We are pretty much very close to Narshe. These guys, yes, they can now cast Air Blast. I believe if you're higher than level 10, like if anybody in your party hits level 10, which you're pretty much supposed to have somebody at level 10 at this point, I believe, if you just don't run from battles, their script will change and they will start using different attacks. All the enemies here, like Leafers and Ravens. Ravens will cast Break on you, which is a wind elemental, ignoring defense, single target magic attack. It's pretty strong. It can do like up to 200 damage to characters, and Bannon will like barely survive it. So I don't want to mess with that, honestly. I could have saved there, actually. If you want to just go into Narshe directly, they won't welcome you. Even though we have, Bannon, he's an old guy, they just do not care. And yeah, I mean, I'm assuming if the lady who just, killed a bunch of your people showed up with two sketchy friends that pretend to be a king and a leader of a resistance that people are not supposed to know about, yeah, I think I would have the same reaction. So that's all fine. This healing spot is still here, so we'll take advantage of that. And here I want to use save states because this part is one of those parts of the game that are flat out unfair. The enemy script has changed for the battle script for some enemies has changed. This includes the Repo Man and their equivalent, which we're not seeing here, but that's okay. These guys can now cast Snowball on you, and I would like to avoid that by, you know, just confusing them for now, and you know, that will help me deal with them a lot easier. They're still weak to magic, weak to fire, all that, very easy to deal with. However, you just want to debilitate them. They will still counter tools, so pay attention to that. They're like Tuskers, you know, enemies that look the same will generally act the same. So that's a very good thing to, you know, remember, to so that you don't have to memorize everything, but just, you know, the important stuff. Anyway, I was saying, if I ever meet with them, but we're not, and I'm completely okay with it. There's a Repo Man equivalent, but also the Repo Man themselves later on, that can cast Step Mine on you, which is an attack that ignores all kinds of defense and is solely based on how many steps you took in this game. This can one-shot Bannon if, for example, you explored a lot and did, you know, a fair amount of steps. We did 6k, so that might actually not one-shot Bannon, but it would be like very close, probably still around 200 damage actually. Now this place is weird. In the vanilla version, there used to be a special enemy that you would have to fight if you screw up this. You basically have to follow the pattern that light, you know, is drawing, and then you'll be fine. But if you screw up, here's what happens. This scene will just be presented in front of you. If you click the gold thing, which I failed at apparently, you'll meet with a pug. A pug is a very non-dangerous enemy. If you have played Final Fantasy IV, what Brave New World does is basically turns this guy into a Lil Murderer, which was like this goblin kind of enemy that just kept scanning himself over and over. I want to put, I think, Bannon in the front row actually. We poisoned him, which is the only thing he's weak to. Has a lot of HP and will do nothing until you cast fire on him. You know, he will tell you, hey, I'm weak to fire, you should use it on me, lol 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 lol. And if you do that, he will cast a bunch of step mines on you, and also a bunch of physical attacks that do like stupid damage, like really stupid damage. So let's put Bannon in the front row, I forgot to do that. And he, with a bit of luck, will be our main DPS in this fight. So he's pretty resistant to physical attacks. I don't know if jump will be better than Bioblaster right now. I'll just try both and see. But yeah, until you use fire on him, he's very tame. He doesn't really do much. Let's see. Fight, and the jump I think was a bit stronger. So we'll keep using that. This fight you cannot run from if you screw up. I just want to show that it's not a game over unless you use fire on him. So it's gonna take a while, but the poison will help greatly. It's pretty much our biggest source of damage, because this guy I believe has either 4k or 8k HP, which is a lot. But you know, he doesn't do anything, so it's fine. We just take our time. We have no real way of inflicting sap on him, otherwise that would help. We cannot slow him because it's auto-hasted, and this is true for all Tomberry kind of enemies. And see, that's the poison tick. After a few turns, it really starts racking up, and it will help you kill this guy a lot faster. The fact that he's hasted actually helps us because the poison would tick faster on him, so that's nice. But the negative thing is the amount of time that each scan spell takes. So you do not want to mess up. Let's just put it at that. And after this I will actually put a save state so I don't have to demonstrate this fight again. Because, you know, I would rather game over at this point. It's faster. Well, I didn't save, so it wouldn't be, because I'm stupid. I just used save states. Well, whatever. I'm saving MP just in case. Would be faster if I use fire spells. Oh wait, no, it would not be. It would be faster for dying for sure. So yeah, just take it slow. Maybe proc thunder. That's great. And he's dead. Sadly, he doesn't give anything. So there's that. Before I venture into the next area, however, I want to fight a few battles, and because there are a few new enemies that I haven't met up with, that I believe can only meet up with here, and these are the two new enemies. You want to use Bioblaster as soon as possible, and keep everybody else on hold. If those Repo Man equivalents get a turn, it's a mess. They can cast Step Mine on you, and that can one-shot Bannon, just like that, and it's game over, and there's nothing you can do about it. Running is not an option because Bannon is really slow and he has a really hard time running. So you'll have to deal with that. And I believe these are all the enemies that we can fight here, the new ones at least. Might be wrong, but there's nothing important. So let's just keep moving. Here we'll get to see this scene again. I have this thing pretty much memorized, but somehow I still manage to screw it up sometimes. So I'll be putting a save state here just in case, but it's not that hard. You just do this, and then you're fine. Yeah, this is the area that I believe has the old encounters with the rats that can now cast poison on you, and I believe bio if they're like left alone or something. And you also have the Repo Man that can cast Step Mine on you. And you have an area filled with Moogles that don't really say anything interesting. This guy's not moving though. Yeah, he has like an extra syllable, but everybody else says Kupo, so do not bother talking with them. The reason why I'm coming here, it makes things a little faster in terms of like how many random encounters you get on your way. You also get a Rage Belt, which nobody in our party can equip. It's just a relic, but you know, no point in showing it off. I mean, I can show it off, I guess. Let's see. Rage Belt makes you immune to lightning, which might be useful, and cannot be used by anybody yet. So let's not think about that too much. It is a really good item that has a cryptic description. Oh, let's see if what I fear that would happen is going to happen. I should have put a save state just in case. This guy might cast Step Mine. Luckily for us, he's slow, but if you get unlucky with like the ATB, like how much it's filled up at the start of the battle, you might just get a game over and with nothing that you can do about it. So pay attention to that. I don't like the Step Mine casting Repo Mans, honestly. I think it's a bit too much. I get it. I get why they did that. It's because well, it's because of reasons of, you know, it's a spell that you'll be able to cast with the different characters that involves those monsters there. However, they should have just made it so that those guys would only cast it if they're like really low on health, which would never happen because you one-shot them. That way you don't get random game overs that are just cheap. Anyway, now we want to actually strip pretty much everything off our characters. Namely, let's see, I want to strip this and this, might be useful. Cotton robe, yes, I want that. These are fine. And relics too, especially White Cape and also the Power Glove. Dragoon Seal can stay there, that's okay. The reason is we're almost done with this scenario. It's a pretty fast one. And well, you don't get your items removed after you're done with this scenario and switch to the next one. So I want the Power Glove mainly. but you can do without, really. It's just nice to have and speeds up a certain boss fight by, well, 25% pretty much. So it's a good thing to have. Anyway. Finally reunited with Arvis, made it past the guards. I don't know, I mean, I guess this guy is not respected enough to, you know, have his opinion matter and say, you know, to the guards, that person is helpful. So we have to sneak our way in. Well, that's okay. I got a few items on the way, nothing important. We're done with the scenario, and let me check something real quick. Yeah, 15 minutes. I can at least start the next scenario, which is locks. Okay, so he's been sabotaging stuff left and right, and now we need to escape. Now, there was a whole bunch of bugs in this area, in lock scenario, that would allow you to just, you know, glitch your way out of the town, skipping a few core sequences in the game, and I think they fixed pretty much most of it, and that's good. Anyway, Duncan's house. Okay, this is a very important hint. We already saw that. Anyway, the reason why the save point is here is that if you screw up in this section, like get caught by the guards, that's where you will end up. So that's why that save point was there. Let's see, you don't want to talk to these guys, they'll just kill you. You don't want to talk to guards in general. So let's see what we can do. We could use the secret passage. Why not? This guy wants cider. Yeah, I could have shown you guys on our first visit to South Figure that there's a merchant that carries cider, but we can see it now, so it's okay. Huh. Yeah, basically now this passage that we used to use is blocked, which means our whole road actually is blocked by soldiers. As you can see, there's a soldier here that won't fight you. Those brown uniform soldiers won't fight you. Only the Magitech armor guys at this point will fight you, and you don't want to do that. They are unkillable. You can run from them, but you might die in the process. So don't do that. This guy is there to just, you know, he will basically, one thing you could do was to open up your menu while this guy was walking around, and basically if you do it at the right time, the NPC still walk during the menu, so you could get this guy to phase through you, and then you would be free to go, basically, you know, because on the top right corner there's the outside. That's not possible anymore because this guy doesn't move anymore, so that's good. Let's see what we can do though. That guy wants us to be, well, he doesn't want us to be a merchant to pass, but he only lets merchants pass through, so let's see what we can do. Okay, yeah, we should do that. Anyway, I will buy a whole bunch of dried meats now. Now I feel that this is the time to do that. We're short on eye drops, they're cheaper than remedies. We're fine with everything else, although, yeah, this should be okay, should be enough. And we have 9k GP to spare. This is a merchant, so let's see. Okay. This guy really doesn't like getting called a thief, and just to, give his point about not being a thief, he's gonna steal stuff from him. So I don't know what's up with Locke, but yeah, this is Woolsey stuff. It's great. What? What was that barf? This is how you progress. You steal from people, you acquire their clothes, you disguise as them, and then you trick other people into letting you pass, like this little kid here. So you remember there was a secret passage that led here. We don't ever have access to it until later, but just remember that it was there. Now we have access to a new area of the town that was pretty much blocked to us up until now. Armor and weapon shop has not changed, I believe. No, it has not. We have one iron shield that is fine. We will be able to buy more later, and for now we really don't need them. Also, one thing that I should definitely do is equip lock. As you can see, like the headband that Sabin had, which is slightly better than the bandana, is just stuck on him. I would like to have a power glove, and I guess anything that boosts my speed would be nice. Also, but this would be nice as well, just for the extra defense. It's a temporary thing anyway. I won't have this for long. Nothing important to buy here, but I would like to point out that this is the time to buy a Dragoon Seal if you want it and you didn't have the money. It's a pretty good time to buy it. Not now because the passage is blocked, but we will get access to the relic shop very soon and the rest of the town. So now some NPC here somewhere will tell you that a specific kind of soldier, these guys, the green armored soldiers, are kind of, you know, they like to fight. So if you talk to them, they will attack you. But they're kind of weak, and once again, if you steal from them, this is what happens. And he also barfs. Everybody barfs. I don't know what this is from, if it's some reference or whatever. Did I pick up this item here? Yeah, I did. Okay, let's keep moving. Now that we are disguised as soldiers, we can talk to, I believe, who? Oh yeah, we can talk to this guy over here. And tell him that, yeah, it's our turn now. So he's just gonna go to the pub. This is the place that I didn't show off. I will very quickly. Basically, there would be. Why can't I? Okay, there would be a ninja just sitting here with his dog, and you would have a cutscene with him. Anyway, let's see. Let's keep going. Now, yeah, that merchant over there. If you talk to him on our first visit to Figaro, that's where you would know like what he does with cider and stuff. Anyway, it's basically the only merchant in the area, so might as well see where this brings us. So steal from him as usual. You get a mithril jerk or mithril jerk. Not really useful. It's not useful for anything really. Just a weak item. You can throw stuff like daggers in the future with a new character, but those are really like weak battle power, so not useful at all. Anyway, we got these guys as merchants again. Also, if you talk to these guys, yeah, they will change their dialogue depending on what you look like. Like if you're a soldier, they will just tell you to, you know, piss off and go back to work. And if you're a merchant, they will tell you that they're not buying anything. Okay, relic shop, yeah. The Dragoon Seal is still here. You can buy one if you need. That's, I think, the only thing that you probably would not have been able to afford if you didn't grind for GP. So that's one occasion to buy it. That said, I just wish that that item was more available like before the Ultras fight, because I think it makes Agdar decent there. Let's see. We're a merchant again, and we acquired the cider, so let's just give it to the old man now. See what he has to say. Cider, huh? Okay. Right, the password. Now, you have no way, if I remember correctly, you have no way of figuring this out. So you just have to basically fail a bunch of times if you That's just it. You just have to fail a bunch of times unless you know the password, which is always Swordfish, obviously. Anyway, if you didn't know that, he would just kick you out. You would end up back at the Duncan's wife's house, but you would have unlocked everything, so you don't have to go and steal a bunch of clothes all over again. Really, you just have to go back to the guy and tell him the password again. So it's not a huge waste of time. It's very minor, so it's okay. It's just 3 guesses. Chances are you'll get it on the first try. Anyway, yeah, we already looted the elixir there, so it's fine. Now this is when you are supposed to, use this secret passage and so on. Anyway, music is off. This is another clue. Let's see what these guys have to tell us first. Oh, okay. This is a clue because you're supposed to listen to what's going on. Also, Duncan's wife tells you, at least in this version of the game, in this mod, that you should have to look for a draft, for a secret passage. Anyway, this guy's like kids, chung chung. Yes. Okay, whatever. Yeah, okay. That happens if you get put to sleep for too long. The way sleeping gets cured is just a magical tapper will pop up and wake you up. Anyway, why? Okay. No music is super creepy. And this, he was talking about attacking from the east and writing letters. Yeah, he was basically writing a letter to, I believe, General Leo, in order to help the Empire capture the city. So he's kind of a traitor, and now he's mad. But yeah, draft, whatever. We found it, and okay. Depending on what uniform you're wearing, different extra lines will happen. I guess I will show this one off because why not? Let's see. This is, just to remind you guys, the passage where you would get, I believe, the running shoes in the original version of the game, which are a auto haste item relic. Very good, but we don't get them now. We just get crap. Let's see what happens now. Who's she? Oh, it's a young girl getting beaten up. Yeah, this is what happened in the original version of the game. This is also what I played, because being Italian, I just played a translation of the original version and not the censored American version. So when I played the Game Boy Advance version of this game later on in English, I was surprised that this wasn't there. And apparently everybody knew about censorship and stuff. For me, it was just, wait, this is the one that we just saw is how the scene was supposed to happen. So I'm glad that they brought it back from the original Japanese version. I mean, it's a prisoner getting slapped. I guess because she's a girl, it's violence, but whatever, it adds, more flavor to the scene. It makes you really want to hate the Empire even more. So I see nothing wrong with that. It's not promoting violence, it's showing it, but telling you, hey, these guys are violent and they are dicks, so you don't want to do that. So I don't know what's bad about it, honestly, but censorship in the 90s, we all know. Let's fool around. This guy's sleeping, obviously. He said I can save days without sleep. Let's keep staring. Nothing happens. Nothing funny happens, but yeah, we should free her up. I believe she wouldn't even be in chains. Yeah, she's not even in chains in the American version of the game, so that's pretty sad. Anyway, yeah, that's the funny scene, by the way. I glossed over it. It just tells you that she's not buying anything as usual. Anyway, she's General Celis, and she is amazing. Apparently she's like a general of the Empire, and she just, you know, decided that she didn't want to, you know, deal with the Empire's tyranny anymore and turned traitor. And now she's in prison and we're helping her escape. And yeah, Locke, I mean, Edgar has issues, but you have your own issues of being like, I don't know, the white knight of every single female human being in the universe. So, I mean, yeah, you tell Terra to watch out for, you know, for Edgar, but you're not doing much better anyway. Let's see what she's wearing. I didn't mean that way. I believe it might be a good idea to let's see, what do I want to do with her? I think she wants to be like a tank. That would be a nice thing for now. I will put her on the... Shoot, I don't have the... Oh, that's sad. Oh well. Whatever, I don't have the night cape, I believe, because that's on Sabin. See, that's what happens. Yeah, that's why I should have put goggles on him. Oh well, it's okay, it doesn't matter. I wanted Celes to be like a sort of tank, and the sad thing is that now we cannot go back. Like, this is a point of no return, and I didn't mean to do that. So yeah, we'll deal without a knight's cape for now. I wanted to show off how Celes can be effective as a tank. I also believe that this is a good stopping point. Actually, nah. Wait, I need to do a few more things. First off, let's take the key from this guy. Okay. You're like a Final Fantasy equivalent of a furry, I guess, or whatever the furry equivalent for bird is. I mean, maybe it should have been like a Moogle suit. Anyway, we have a clock key, so that obviously needs to be used on a clock that's not ticking. Winding it causes a secret passage to open to us. Now I think we can do a few extra things. Why not? Let's try to get a few items. You know, I'm not gonna progress with this too much, I think. We want to go here first. Black belt. Yes, this is one to give Locke. This is what we want to give to Locke. Sorry. It will let him, you know, always hit his physicals, which is pretty nice. You're fine with the iron cutlass, I believe. Maybe this would be better, actually. I think we're fine. Second thing, there's a secret passage somewhere. Well, random battles. These guys actually have death counters. Other enemies, and up until now, I believe everything we've seen so far does not have a death counter. So this is the first occasion. Okay, so if you see stuff countering you up to this point, it is not a death counter. It's just a regular counter to something that you have been doing to the guy. These guys though are dangerous. Look at the damage they can do to you, which is why I will heal now with Celes, because I want to die. And Locke should finish this off pretty quickly. Hopefully. Oh, I think Locke is gonna die. Oh, okay. That's basically 50% chance of Locke being dead right there. If that guy used a death counter, he would have killed us. So seal up with Celes twice. Okay. We'll have to use healing items very soon. There's a secret passage here though that leads to 500 GP. Nothing in here. Used to be a whole bunch of useful items. I think here there was your first ribbon and a secret chest over here. I think that's where the ribbon was, and here just get extra GP, which, you know what, I'm fine with. I like extra GP. It means less grinding. Let's see where to now. I want to go up first. Yes, we want to go up first. Doberman. Their gimmick is they attack twice, and apparently that isn't enough to trigger counterattacks. Well, there's one. And there's two. The other gimmick is that when left alone, if you don't kill them fast enough, as you will see now, they will escape. So that's not nice of them, I guess. And I want to use dried meats actually to heal up, saving my MP for now because I'm getting low on them. Celes would have joined you at level 10 if you did that extra bit of grinding, that like extra 2 minutes. Even Celes would have been a level 10, so something worth considering. Anyway, here you get some equipment for Celes herself, and this is why I wanted to have a what's called Knight's Cape on her. You could turn her into this kind of defensive healer, I guess, right? However, for now, I will do that defensive tank, sorry, that takes hit for your party. But yeah, without the Knight's Cape that doesn't work, so that's my bad. Let's steal again from these guys. That's always nice. Oh, really? That's sad. Oh, these guys can also cast magic. Yes. In this case, they can cast save, which is really annoying. As you can see, this fight can drag on for a while, so I just want to like thin their numbers a bit for now. Okay, and then I want to heal up. It's just, I don't know, this fight has always been annoying though, like even in the original version of the game, they would do the exact same thing. Counterattacks upon your physical, which at this point in the game with such limited MP is what you have, honestly. So you can't really do any better than that. I guess I'll use Ice on him, but that will still trigger a counterattack, I think. Unless we're lucky. Okay, we were lucky. Great. So you have very limited MP, as you might have noticed. Look at this. This is not much. So yeah, that's why dried meats are there. They heal you up. Relic. Like what I would have done with her was put the safety glove on her for extra defense, plus Knight's Cape, plus all heavy armor, and she would have been able to take hits fairly well while, you know, protecting kind of Locke, you know. And he could do all the damage, and he could like counter stuff if needed and evade most of the time. Anyway, a really good item on the way, and once we get out of this area, we will call this an episode. No counters, very sad. Dried meat, always nice. Basically a free turn. And we want to get... Okay, that's good. We want to get rid of that guy as soon as possible. And we will kill one of these guys. No good way. I mean, maybe if we do this... Let's see. Maybe if we do this, we can kill them at the same time before they escape, but I doubt it. Oh, it's not even a one-shot. Very sad. You should equip Celes with more magic-oriented gear if you wanted her to one-shot stuff at this point. Anyway, counterattacks made it possible, so that's some extra experience. Yeah, getting dangerously low on MP, but it's fine, because we're almost done. This is a very good relic. We will put that to use very soon. Yeah, as soon as we're out of this. Okay, this is not the worst. The worst are the privates. They're annoying. Maybe we will get a counterattack? No, apparently not. Come on, Locke. Oh, there you go. Oh, that was not the counter. Oh, I'm getting disappointed in you, Locke. You can do better than that. There you go. And he's just gonna escape. Okay. Let's get out quickly. Oh yeah, why? Oh, you remind me of someone. Sure, let's just go. Yeah, sadly, you can't buy another knight's cape, sadly, or whatever that's called. So that sucks, but we'll be completely fine. It's just remember that that's a thing that you could do. Let's change Silas' equipment now. Sorry. Boomerang. Iron Shield is fine. Hairband, Cotton Row, we want her in the back row. She's basically now a Terra duplicate, except White Cape boosts her magic quite a bit, as you might have noticed, and the Magic Cube boosts her magic even more, while giving her magic evade. So now she has pretty solid magic stat. And as you saw from the item description, way more MP, 50% more MP. That makes her viable as a caster, actually. I just didn't feel the need of doing that because all the enemies in that underground were using physical attacks, so I don't think I think the more physically defensive oriented setup is better for that area, but for the next one we'll be probably better off having one character that can use magic, because as per usual there will be enemies that can counter physical attacks, and in that case Locke won't be that great. This, however, we'll have to save this for next time, so see you guys then.